So anyways, we're getting back to our sweet potato. It needs to be cooked and mashed. I don't feel like baking it. I don't feel like peeling and boiling it. So we're going to stab it and we're going to put it in the microwave and do that. I do that with baked potatoes, sweet and russet regular potatoes on pretty much all the time. No bacon on these burgers. Not gonna lie, I will probably put some cheese on mine just because I love cheese. But that's the beauty of it, is that's a personal choice. If you wanted to add bacon, go for it. If you want to add cheese, great. And there's a couple of ingredients that I'm putting in that aren't vegan. There'll be Worcestershire sauce in the black bean ones, which is definitely not vegan. It's got anchovy in it. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You have bacon for dinner tonight. Nice. Exact tat. That's so me. Who used to have the best ones? I'm gonna grab a stabber while I'm thinking about it. I think it was A&W years ago. Used to have Harvey's too, yes. And I would always order the veggie burger with cheese and bacon. People used to just like stare at me. So I've already washed and dried this baby off. Now we just need to get out our frustrations. So stab it a few times all the way around. Carefully, you don't want to stab yourself. You can also use a knife. I'm a little more confident using a fork for things like this. Make sure you stab the butt and the head too. And then all we're gonna do, stuff it in the microwave on a paper towel, and we're gonna do 3 minutes on high. Actually, I'm gonna weigh this because that's for a certain size potato. I'm just gonna double check here. Yeah, I'm gonna do about 5 minutes on high. Turn it over another 5 and we'll go from there. So, getting stabby. Exactly. Yeah, so this is almost a pound and a half of potato. Scott, it depends on, for most russet potatoes, I'll show you the size of potato I usually am nuking. I have some in the back corner here. Yeah, there's usually a big, is there? I don't think mine has a baked potato button, but that's okay. It's super simple to do. I usually do a potato about this big, which is about 200 grams or so, and it usually takes 5 to 7 minutes, depending. If it's bigger, it'll take a little bit longer. If it's smaller, it'll obviously take a little bit less. But for convenience and time saving, this is definitely it. Especially if you're doing something like this, where you need the mash, but you're not doing like mashed potato side. Definitely way. Yes. Also, don't gish Elizabeth potatoes and microwaves. I know that she is not a fan of potatoes in the microwave. Yeah. I would love a microwave with a baked potato button. I'd also like a rice cooker with a cake button. Yeah, no, Scott, it actually works really, really well. Oh, no, Elizabeth, yeah. That's okay. I managed to reduce rice to ash. So I didn't set it on fire, but I did come pretty close. Yeah. Oh, Jenna, I'm going to... Rice cooker with a pizza button? Yeah, no kidding. That'd be amazing. But yeah, it was funny because when Underground was doing that cake, he was like, oh, reading the recipe, and it's like, oh, if you're in this kind of rice cooker, just press the cook button. Or if you're in this kind of rice cooker, just push the cake button. So yeah, like those fancy-dancy $300 rice cookers come with a cake button. I'm in for that. Your reward microwave 80 said had a magnetic card reader and allegedly a computer that read the recipe. Ooh! Small fire of too much oil. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's funny. A friend of ours is doing a awards show, and he's like, and it's a fun awards show. And he's like, what are some topics? And I'm like, best achievement in not burning your house down while doing a food stream. Yes, Julia. Let them cook cake. 100%. Yes, Julia, you can do cake in a rice cooker. Underground Rescue actually proved that to us. I'm just going to check those beans. A couple weeks ago, he made a really delicious looking chocolate cake. All right. Those have dried out nicely. They've already started to burst. I don't want to go any longer on those. We're going to let those cool. And I'm happy with those. So since they've burst, that means that the moisture inside caused steam. So that's going to come out. So that's going to end up not in our burgers, which is what we're trying to avoid. You make small cupcakes and coffee cups. Yes, yes. I've seen lots of many microwave sponge recipes. I know that it's actually on competition shows. You see that a lot when they're doing decorative things, like sponges for making crumbles around the sides. So very dangerous skill. Yes. Oh no. It's one that I try not to perfect just because I know that I'd literally be making chocolate cake 3 times a day. For sure. For sure. It's guaranteed. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I think because he was using a smaller rice cooker, if he'd had a bigger one or a regular sized one, the recipe he used the full amount of the recipe. If he used half of it, it would have turned out better because the middle of it was great, but the bottom of it got a little burnt because it was they needed to restart the rice cooker over and over again to get the middle cooked, and the top didn't quite cook. So it's going to be a work in progress. I know he's planning on trying up again in the next couple weeks or so, and just do half quantities, and hopefully that should result in a much better outcome. It was still tasty, but yeah, S-tier content, exactly. S-tier content. If you don't want butter and salt, pop in popcorn microwave. Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that. I have not tried that, but I have heard that. No, wait. I feel like, you know what? I think I have done that. Pizza in a rice. Yes, and Julia Underground's also done pizza in a rice cooker. We took a half recipe of dough, and yeah, it actually worked out beautifully. It was impressive. It was really impressive. It's amazing. I was laughing with Elizabeth yesterday that was basically what every college student should be given when they leave home to go and live in the dorms is a rice cooker. And I'm like, it should be on everybody's registry list now for everything. It's literally like the multi-purpose tool. All right, so our sweet potato is hanging out here. I'm going to grab some tongs to give it a flip onto the other side. We're going to get, this is a big guy, so we're going to give it another 5 minutes. And while that's doing its thing, we're going to get back to the black bean ones.
Service announcement. Bonsai Merlin is Fijian.
I forgot to ask dinner with Mom. How was your stream? I hope it went well. If you're still around, I know cleanup afterwards is always fun, but I'd love to hear what you made today. PSA. Hey, I turned the potato. We're good. And I did the one thing you always have to do with tongs. Make sure they work. That's about as good as it gets with me, though. I'm not particularly well suited for using tongs, for sure. Okay, so, oh, she wants these cooked. Okay, we can do that. You know what? I'm not sure I want them cooked. I'm figuring, because these actually, interestingly enough, these actually bake. So, Jamoju, good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. It's getting pretty late for you. Yeah, it used to be popcorn makers because they don't put builders in. Oh! Cool. I didn't know that. That's fascinating. Yeah, no, it's amazing what you can do with other things. And I think that's sort of how, like, the, you know, whole Instant Pot, being a slow cooker, being a pressure cooker, like, those sort of things, how everything's becoming a multitasker now. Pulled pork queso, mac and cheese waffles with burnt ends and Bailey's mini parfaits. Hi. Why am I on? Why was I not sitting at your table? Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Oh, did you do the pork previously and you were using it up because you had leftovers, or did you make it specifically for this? Because that sounds amazing. A bit, yeah, it's a bit late. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're microwaving a sweet potato. We're drying out some black beans. I'm gonna grab my induction burner because apparently I'm supposed to fry off the veg, but I'm not sure I really want that, but I'm going to do it anyways because that's what the recipe says, and I'm kind of hoping it works. So, back in 2 seconds while I grab my induction burner so that I can continue cooking and chatting. college cookie competitions using nothing but George Foreman's.
$5 a month!
Mom, thank you so much for the resub. That's...
You're a wizard.
Thank you so much for the resub. That's incredibly kind. I appreciate that. Alright, let's get some... just gonna use... It's not very much there, so I'm just gonna use a small pot. And... a little bit of oil in there. Again, olive oil. Get that heated up. I'm gonna grab a spoon while we're waiting. Ah, that'd be fun. I used to have a George Foreman grill, and I know I did more than just burgers and chicken on there, so I can only imagine what people have started coming up with in the years since, because they've been around forever now. Yeah. Something on my burner. There we go. And what's this? Heats up. Go. And thank you for the rocket hair. Switch my camera. Better view. Something burning off on my burner. Gotta love that. It's cooked off here. Oh, I love that sound. And that smell. Nothing better than the smell
Are you
of
serious?
onions and garlic.
This is torture.
It's
You're
not torture.
torturing me and everyone else
No,
watching.
speaking of torture,
Wait.
let's check and see how our bread is doing. Oh, it's getting bigger! I'm excited! Yeah, I love that sizzle sizzle. Yeah, I you know what, Disciple, I kind of had the same problem. You know what my other problem was? That I hated cleaning the damn thing, because of course the plates don't come off, and well, they might now, like it's been a long time since I've had one, but the one I had, the plates didn't come off, so trying to clean that thing was a pain in the butt. Someone left her new stream. Yes, exactly. Yes, I'm enjoying having something that works better than my tablet, because my tablet is awesome, but if you don't hit the screen at the exact right angle with the exact right amount of pressure, it doesn't work. So, I'm just gonna let those cook. I could see cooking these down, getting a little bit of the moisture out. Plus, you know, adding a little caramelization on things never hurts. So we're just gonna let that go while we wait for some of that liquid to cook out. And, ooh! Mmm! Okay. So you have a fancy one, Scott. Yeah, the one I had, like, I had one right when they first came out, like, a million years ago. And, just gonna grab a plate. I have a feeling it's going to be very hot. Yeah, it was right with the very first iteration of them, and they did not have removable plates. So, let's roll our potato out here. And take a peek. And as you can see, gotten soft. I'm going to take my fork and see how soft. Actually, I'm going to take my knife. That'll go down through further. And still a little resistance, but it's pretty soft. So I am going to pretend it's a magician's assistant in there. Yeah, see,
No.
it's nice and soft at the end here, the smaller end, but the bigger end here needs minutes, so I'm just going to put this back in for about 2 minutes. I think should do it.
I don't know what this is, but it's kind of hot.
The potato is also very, very hot. Do not touch it. Ah, what a paper towel put it. Yes, I used to do that. Like, I would let it get heat. I'd take the paper towel and then scrub through, but it was still a pain in the butt, so decided. Looking to earn big bucks? Learn how to make blank work for you. A butt that eats underwear. What do they say? There's a lid for every pot? And I know what I meant to mention earlier, and then I got distracted by my sweet potato and my black beans and my peppers and onions. If you weren't here Friday, I had the honor of being asked to join a stream team, and I have accepted because they seem like a really fantastic group of people. They're called Team Happy People, you scroll down a little bit below under my tagline there, you can click Happy People and check out all the amazing streamers that are part of the team. It was super awesome. Noimu was the person that reached out to me to invite me, and I'm super glad. All kinds of streamers, all sorts of games and content, and they just have a really huge focus on being inclusive and being positive and basically happy people. So I'm super, super pumped to be part of them. So yeah, make sure if you have time, give the Happy People a click. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. And please, Mr. Chan Chan is one of the founding members, and he's based out of New Zealand. Super fun. Does a lot of IRL streaming, also does cooking and gaming. So yeah, go check them out. They're a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know them all better. So yeah, awesome. River, good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. I was joined their Discord, and I noticed when they announced myself and another cooking streamer had joined that it was something that the community had been looking for. It was, something not only just like health food, but the whole mental health aspect. So I was pretty excited that I got to join. So yeah, please make sure you check them out. And they also have a Twitter, so you can keep up with their team members, including myself, on there. You can also join me on Twitter. I'm a hoot and a half on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this has cooked off and dried out a bit, which I'm happy about.
Well, hello.
Be adding too much extra
and
moisture.
welcome to my home.
And yes, please make sure you're following River So Wide. If you love awesome games and even better content, commentary on crazy Zillow listings, she is your streamer. And also, her other half, Fear Napalm, please make sure you're following him as well. We love them very, very much. Okay, chill. Oh, sorry. I'm like, stop having quite such a heart attack. Sounds legit, yeah. Yeah, so, anyways, yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. I just got really confused about what I'm doing now. Alright, so my potato is done. Just gonna move this out of the way. I'm sure it is good and soft, and we're gonna let that cool completely. Because it is going to burn the living daylights out of anything it touches right now. So, take a look here. Yeah, so good and soft. We're just going to let that. I'm actually going to give it a slice. Let's see. There we go. That is perfect. And once it's cooled off, we can just get that flesh out of there, and we'll be able to add it to our other burger. It's definitely warmer than I needed to. So we've got our pepper, onion, and jalapeno in here. We have our black beans, which I can bring over now because I think they've cooled enough. Oh yeah, the tray's not even more perfect. That looks TOS. So those have been through the drying process in the oven. Words are hard today, holy smokes. And I'm going to grab my food processor because that's the next step on the list, is we're going to get all of this ground together. And then we can start forming patties. Right, is it good? It's TOS? No. It is not TOS. Yet. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. At all. What camera am I on? I don't even know. I figured it was on that one. Look at the beautiful bowl of cooked onions, jalapenos, and onions. We're going to get that into my food processor. You could do this by hand in a bowl too, but since I've already got the food processor out for the other burgers. Mrs. Wayso, good to see you. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great day so far. We are just about to blenderize, or food process, the black beans, our onions, and jalapenos, and bell pepper that we have in here. Let's try and get these into the bowl without spilling them all over the floor. And then to this, we're going to add some egg, which is obviously going to make this vegetarian, but not vegan. And it'll also depend on what kind of vegetarian you are if you don't eat eggs. You could always, if you wanted to make these completely vegan and you don't want to use eggs, you can yell at the eggs and then use about 1/3 of a cup of sweet potato, mashed sweet potato in its replacement. If you don't want to use eggs, I'm going to use eggs. I also need some cumin, some chili powder, garlic powder. I'm also going to put coriander. I'm going sort of Tex-Mex kind of. Roland, good to see you. Welcome in. Happy, is it? Yeah, it's still Sunday for you. Almost Monday. Good to I yell at eggs, exactly. I'm glad to see that you made it safely, and I hope you're settling in well, because I know that's a long flight. And Mrs. Wayso, that's fine. You lurk ahead. I appreciate. Oh, it's Monday already. Oh my goodness, it must be really early Monday. I'm thinking, because you're what, 7? Because I'm in Mountain Standard, so you're I think 8 hours ahead of me, because you're in Central Time, Central European. Anyways, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here, and yeah, I hope you're getting settled in, and I hope it's not jet lag that's keeping you awake. So, like I said, we're going to go sort of Tex-Mex-ish kind of with this. So, the recipe calls for chili powder. I'm going to use a blend of 3 different kinds. I've got ancho, 1:22 a.m. Okay, yes. Yeah, so you're about 8 hours ahead of me. I'm going to use ancho, I'm going to use guajillo, and I'm going to use pasilla. One's smoky, one's sort of sweeter, and one's sort of got enough acid to really pick everything up. So I'm going to use about 1/2 teaspoon of all of them. And then, like I said, I'm also going to use some cumin and coriander. Coriander wasn't included, but if I make, yeah, if I make anything that has cumin in it, coriander goes right next to it because they are besties. So that was the pasilla. And I love the fact that they're like different colors here. So the ancho is almost sort of a reddish. The pasilla is sort of a dark reddish brown. You can't tell. That's awesome. Way to go, Bonsai. Let's try showing everybody before you put the lids back on. How about that? That would be really handy. Okay. So this is the pasilla. You can tell it's sort of a beautiful brownish color. And it's also, it's kind of fruity. If I had to pick one that's kind of fruity, it's kind of fruity. And it's, none of these are particularly spicy, which is nice. They just have that really beautiful chili flavor. Oh, yeah, thank you so much, Roland. I appreciate you stopping by. And, yeah, we'll catch you soon. This one is more earthy. You can tell almost by the sort of dark brown color that it's got. This is the ancho. And, yeah, it's just adds that depth, but it is very earthy. And then we've got the real brightness of the guajillo here. And it's almost like the colors sort of belie what they're actually going to taste like. They're basically not belie. Tell you exactly what they're going to taste like. Like that beautiful, brilliant red. It's got sort of a almost an acidic quality, kind of like a sumac type deal going on there. I like it, so I'm going to add a little bit extra of that. I'm also going to add something called Menudo Mix, which is something that they use in... This is fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. Just something they use in a lot of soups. It's Mexican oregano and then some seasonings added to it. And what did you bring for show and tell? I brought chili peppers and Menudo Mix. How about you? Having a shag in the back of a U. Oh, okay. I think you're going to get sent to the principal's office for that. So this has got like dehydrated onion. It's got chili flakes in there. And then this is just Mexican oregano. Because it does come like this, you just want to give it a bit of a rub between your hands to break it up like you would with anything. that comes sort of leafy, like thyme or normal oregano. And then we want garlic powder. And I brought the wrong jar. Let's try the garlic powder. Onion powder. So about half teaspoon of that. And we go with, let's go with, it says 1.5 teaspoons. I'm happy with that measurement. I'm just going to go with a heaped teaspoon there. And the thing is because the beans are fairly neutral flavor, you can do whatever you want with them. If you wanted to go more Indian, you could totally do that. If you wanted to go curry powders, that's totally reasonable. And I did the same amount, heaped teaspoon of coriander. And I am just going to grab some smoked paprika for this. I'm not going to add a ton of heat to this. I've got the jalapeno in there, so I had thought about putting some cayenne in there, but we're going to go with smoked paprika instead. Add a teaspoon. So measure with your heart on a lot of these. If you find that the amounts don't sound like they're enough, they're probably not. I know that a lot of recipes are written specifically for the larger audience, so if you have a flavor that you love, just go for it.
Controls the universe.
Yes, I do. Canada, good to see you. Smorgasbord of spices, 100%. 100%. To that, we are going to add, we're going to use panko here. You can also, if you have it, use oat flour. I'm going to use panko just because I like the texture. So about 1/2 cup of those. And then, like I said, we're going to make these vegetarian, not vegan, so we are going to add 2 eggs. And then we're going to whiz it all up. And hope they all stick together when we want to make some patties. Spice. Scott, yes. That is perfect. Alright, and again, I'm using large eggs. So you can sub extra large if you have them. You might want to go with 2.5 if you are using medium eggs. Or if you're using sweet potato instead of the egg, it's 1/3 cup. Alrighty, so we are, oh, how exciting! Y'all get to hear the hold music again, because this guy's pretty loud. Not as aggressive as the teeny one. You'd figure the smaller one wouldn't make as much noise, but go figure. This guy's actually pretty quiet in comparison. So, all that in there, get the lid on, and I am going to put you on hold and just grind this all up. Oh, that's oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna turn my music, hold music on, mute my mic so I can get this all blended together.
Are you serious?
It's the whole music.
This is torture. You're torturing me and everyone else watching.
It's the whole music. Whole music.
I like this. This is cute. I want this inside of me.
It's the whole music. Whole music.
Alright, I am actually pretty happy with how this has turned out. She says that she hasn't actually looked at the consistency yet, but so far so good. Seems to have come together. Whoops! Sorry about this. Seems to have come together quite nicely. It is a bit on the wet side. Now that I'm looking at it a little more closely, I might put this into a bowl, and we might add just a little bit more breadcrumb to it, just to sort of soak some of that up.
It's new sauce. Chad has asked me
The
to tell
grinder.
you can't see what you're doing. Wrong time.
Oh, Mrs. Wayso, it's actually from Homestar Runner, and Underground managed to find all of the clips that they have for all of the various most popular things, and downloaded them all. So I've got all sorts of fun stuff, especially the ones for messages being deleted. people being worn, and people being banned. Those are kind of the most fun. Unfortunately, I can't play them because that would mean I'd have to. Oh, maybe I could play them. They're awesome though. But if you're a fan of Homestar Runner, my sound alerts will make you laugh a lot. And if you're not a fan of Homestar Runner, you're probably going to be by the time you finish listening to my sound alerts. Not gonna lie.
Banzai. Hey, Banzai. It's Doom Sauce. Chad has asked me to tell you can't see what you're doing. Wrong
I'm getting
camera.
there. Thank you. Alright, so let's just get this out here. Actually, I think this consistency might work. Let's get this out here before we completely pass judgment on everything. It smells amazing. And the best part is I can actually taste it because it's already all cooked. It just needs to be baked. I'm gonna actually taste this for seasoning. Mmm. That is delicious, but it needs salt. Oh boy, it needs salt. Alright. Oh, it's got a nice hit. Oh, that jalapeno's got a really nice hit. Do some kosher salt there. Get that all combined. I'm really happy with those. That actually tastes amazing. Okay, so we've got that. Test that again. Much better. Okay. So, these are going to bake. You can also do them on the barbecue if you wanted to. Jetta. I think we might be using the same recipe. Was yours Sally's by chance? Yeah, no, because it does give you grill instructions. I'm going to try these in the oven, but I'm kind of happy with the consistency as it stands. I'll put on some gloves. We'll try and make some patties, and then we'll see if that works. How many am I supposed to make out of this? 6 to 7? Really? Are you making burgers for ants? That doesn't seem like burgers. All right. So I'm gonna grab a tray. I'm just using all the trays today. And I'm gonna do 4. 7 years deep fried. It's amazing how when something goes wrong once, you're like, nope, never doing this again. Never, never, never. It was fun, but nope. Alright, so I'm gonna get some parchment down on my tray here. These aren't going to spread, so I'm not too concerned. I'm going to grab some gloves for this fun part. Just because there are jalapenos in there, and the chili peppers. I'm that person that will immediately touch my face. So, get the gloves going here. I don't have a food ring per se, but I do have a large cookie cutter. So we're going to try and pack it in there. See if we can come up with pretty hot. Whoops. Parchment is go. Oh, perfect. That worked out well. Okay. Maybe it's so big for the next one. And like I said, at this point, you can actually put these on the tray in your freezer like this and flash freeze them. So leave them for about an hour. Once they've frozen, take them out, put them in a zip top bag or a airtight container, and you can just cook them as needed. Bigger than they're supposed to be, but that's okay. Because this is, you know, that kind of indulgence that you need. And you can always make them smaller. Like, you can make them half this size. I think they would be perfect, but they are sticking together nicely, so I think that's a win so far. I'm just going to add a little bit more to each of these and even them out. These are going to cook at 350. Somebody should turn the oven on. If you can't be with the one you love, love. Oof. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna finish topping up these two because they didn't quite go to the top of the mold, but it's okay. And like I said, because these are already like technically they're cooked, everything in them is cooked. They're just warming through, getting nice and toasty. So there we go, and I just stab that one with my finger. Underground, yeah, veggie burgers. We are doing veggie burgers today, Canada. I was feeling burgers, and I thought I would sort of, you know, do something for my veggie friends, because I don't do a lot of the vegetarian versions of things for them on stream, so I figured I would do an ode. Plus for anybody who's, you know, trying to do something different in the new year, maybe get a little more plant-based stuff in their diets. Just gonna grab my offset spatula and move these babies apart. Give them a little bit of breathing room. She says as she's digging in the abyss. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna slide these over just slightly. So these are the black bean version. And then we've got a sweet potato version coming up. But before we do that, we need to get our buns formed. Okay, I am happy with those. The oven is heating. I'm going to slide these off to the side. And I'm going to grab our buns. Because or watch Day of the Trip is to eat you instead. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, underground. Thank you. I appreciate that clarification, because I'm like, really? Because I will deactivate cards for that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that was a bit much. That was a bridge too far. Cards Against Humanity, a bridge too far. And the worst part is like, for the most part, it's actually pretty funny and pretty fun, but every once in a while it just goes right off. So, just a warning that Cards Against Humanity has no chill. So let me slide some things out of the way so we can get back to our bread. Okay. Oh, those burgers taste so good. So good. Just gonna slide this guy out of the way. We are gonna need him again in a bit, so I will probably do a be right back while I clean this out so we can do the sweet potato ones. But for now, we're good. I'm going to grab my dough from the stove here, and as you can tell, wish I had levels or things you could opt out of. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cryptid, I feel that. I'm feeling that a lot right now. Alright, so black bean burgers. Those are gonna cook for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Once the oven is good, we're good with those. Haven't made those yet. Let's get back to the bread. Sorry, I have so many pages here. I really need to start putting these on the app. There we go. Alright. So, and I swear, I was so organized and chill before stream. I was sitting down, watching some terrible television. Okay, so check these guys out. Like, you can see the air pockets, all nice and risen. And I'm just gonna grab my dough scraper here, because we need to, how many do we need to? Punch down and fold over. Okay. Oh, this is the fun part. This is my favorite part. Lovely, right? Thank you, Jamojo. I'm excited about this. You know what else I'm excited about? I'm excited about this. Oh, that's so satisfying. And then we're just going to fold over like this. Yeah, it's, oh, texture is so nice. It's good and puffy. And I'm happy with that.
Great job.
Brings back, but not too far. Thank you. Stop, you're having flashbacks. Alright, so I'm going to grab my mat again, because we're going to divide this into 8 portions. I'm also going to weigh it out and find out exactly how big those portions need to be. So, my ball currently weighs 950 grams on the nose. Oh, I put it around here somewhere. So that's 950 divided by 8 equals about 118 grams per. So that out of the way. And my scraper here. I'm just going to roll it into a nicer ball here. Stuck my fingernails in it so it looks like a brain. Oh. Oh, too big. Still a little too big. Ooh, 117. That'll do. That'll do. Feed me, Seymour. Nerdy Flores finds his chances because I love Little Shop of Horrors. I haven't seen that in forever. Look at how sticky and I love how elastic the dough is. So good. So good. I gave up on the bench scraper. I'm like, I'll just do this by hand. Again, pretty satisfying to do it. Seen the original with Jack Nicholson? I don't think I have. Do not think I have. Actually, I know I haven't because I didn't realize that there was an original with Jack Nicholson. That's amazing. That's a name I haven't seen for a while, actually. Is he still acting? I don't think he is. It's black and white, not a musical. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, now I definitely want to check it out. Good. 3 more out of this. He's very young. Okay. Well, goodness, how old is he now? He's got to be in his 80s? Yes. It's funny because I was just thinking about him the other day because we were talking about the Batman movie from 1989 with Michael Keaton, which is my favorite of the Batman movies. And mostly because Prince did the soundtrack, but also Jack Nicholson as the Joker. It was a true tour de force. Perfect. All right. So these are beautiful. All we're going to do is just give them a bit of a fold under like this. Make the tops nice and smooth. And there we go. We just want to make sure that we do that with all of them. Sort of pull over and then fold under. Roll them into a ball like that. So they'll look pretty on the top, even if they're not the prettiest on the bottom. Just give them a little pinch if you've got some excess cleavage there. He's also very young. Oh, okay. 1960. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you can just give him a bit of a roll around like that. And what you get with the rest of these. And this is easier to do on a mat that doesn't have any things stuck to it. I was trying to do it the other day on my other mat, and it was just had too much grip. So this one's slightly less grippy. Bit of a pinch. Roll. to look nice. You guys can explode, I can just tell. That's okay. He won't be the hero bun, the one that makes it into the pictures. Directed by Roger Corman. Oh, okay. Okay. Canada, I saw that! I saw that and I was so excited. I'm a big Michael Keaton fan just in general. And the fact that he's doing that, and also that they're talking about a Beetlejuice 2, kind of has got my, like, 80s girl heart aflutter at the thought. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited for all of those things. Those are probably two of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I love the original it's not the original Batman, but the Batman with Michael Keaton, the first one, was so good. Oh, check that link out and see. Some of these are not going to be the prettiest. That's okay. They're still going to be tasty. And the last thing we're going to do after we get these all shaped is we are going to give them a bit of a wash. Now, normally you would use these, because these are vegan buns, normally on a regular bun you would use an egg wash, just to give it that really beautiful glossy color. Of course, obviously with vegan bun, you can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use, you can do one of two things actually. You can use a soy milk or a rice milk or a vegan milk alternative with a little bit of sugar added to it, to like maple syrup or granulated sugar, and use that as your wash. However, I happen to have some vegan butter in the fridge, so I'm going to melt that and use that. And then we're also going to top them with some toasted sesame seeds, because who doesn't love a sesame seed bun? Two more here. We're going to get these on our tray. Depending on how big your tray is, you might need to use two, and that's totally fine. And I'm going to do that just for safety's sake, just so you don't end up with them sticking to each other, because we're gonna let them sit for another 45 minutes to rise before we bake them off. So definitely we want them to get bigger. So I'm going to use 2 half sheet trays, and just all over. All right, so we have 4 that are going to look really beautiful, 1 that's going to look kind of sus, and I think 3 that are going to be probably not the ones we take pictures of. If you want, you can line your trays with parchment. I'm going to, because I happen to have them, use these perforated Silpat silicone mat. Well, they're not Silpat, but perforated silicone mats. They've got the airflow available to come through, like you can see through them there. So that's going to help crisp up the bottoms. And I'm going to place them sort of staggered, just so they have plenty of room to rise. And then I'm going to cover them with a towel and let them chill out for about another 45 minutes. You can also cover them with plastic or paper towel, whatever you have. These guys are good. I'm going to move these out of the way. Fresh buns will be amazing. I'm hoping. And it doesn't need to be a damp towel. Just any clean towel will do. So I root in the corner. My apologies. I run away for towels. Okay, so all we're gonna do, and you want to keep it somewhere fairly warm, and like I said, my house is always warm, so that's not an issue for me. And I'm just going to slide these babies out of the way. I will be right back. I can feel the heat coming from my oven, so I know it is good and ready to take our burgers. Easier said than done finding a spot for it, so that works. Alright. So, we have our burgers. We're gonna head over to the stove. These are gonna go in, like I said, at 350 for about, these are bigger than the ones that they said to make, so they're supposed to be 10 minutes per side. I'm gonna do 15, just because they are extra thick. So, we are good there. Oven's a smidge hot. Turn it. And we're gonna start a timer. I'm gonna do 15 minutes per side. Perfect. Okay, so I can get this out of the way. And let's get back to our other burger, which is our sweet potato one. Our sweet potato should have cooled down enough to handle it. Oops. Yes. So you can just take a spoon or a fork or whatever and scoop it out. Actually, it might just peel out. Oh, perfect. If you wanted to, you could leave the skin. Sweet potato skin is edible, so certainly not going to do any harm if you left it. But texture-wise, I'm going to take the skin off. And then we need to measure out 175 grams. And I just realized I need to use my food processor again, so I'm just going to have to give it a quick. So you know what? I'm going to peel this potato, and then I'm going to do a BRB while I rinse out my food processor so we can do the rest of the process. Oh, thanks, Senator. I'm like, what did I hear? I thought I heard bonsai. I'm like, what? Okay. Look how easy that was. It's nice and soft, so it'll mash up really easily. Super tasty, too. So yum. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to be right back. Because, like I said, I need to get my food processor bowl rinsed out because I don't really want to transfer the Tex-Mex kind of flavors into these burgers because these are sort of going to skew more Asian. We're adding ginger. We're adding the ginger sesame seasoning. So, yeah. Steel Mix, good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping by. Please make sure you're following Steel Mix okay if you're not already. Great person, fantastic DJ. Coming to us from South America. So good to see you. Thank you so much. Bernie wants to know why I'm eating a sweet potato. Sorry, Burns. But on the plus side, he'll be able to eat these burgers if I were to feed my parents' dogs burgers. So, there is that. Okay, so if you all don't mind, I will be back in like 2 minutes. Just need to do a quick bit of cleanup, and then I will be right back and we'll get on to these other burgers.
Yes, moist dicks.
Yes, moist dicks! Nice! Oh! So just keep giving this, we want to get this to about 12 inches.
Emotional
The other day
damage.
that 8 inches was good, but 12 inches is better. A violet wand with multiple attacks. Is that like a Harry Potter thing? Is that like a Harry Potter thing? Or is that like a wizard thing? Like a wizard thing? I don't know what that is. Like look at those layers. I can't dance, I'm holding a hot sausage roll. Just saying. You know what? Want to know what my emotional damage is for today? Shit. What's so important right now that you can't call your mother? Well, my mother is actually on my stream, so we should be okay.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. that was way better than some of the ones we had earlier. So let's be realistic.
All
Alright, so let's massage our balls into happy circles. Okay. I'm gonna be 100% right now.
Stand with your feet together, buttocks tight, stomach straight out in and arms straight out to the side, shoulder height. Now flex your hands upward, press the heels of your hand out to the opposite walls, and circle forward.
Y'all not gonna let me get.
3, 4, 5, 6.
You're not gonna let me get serious. Alright. Which I'm totally fine with. I love it. I think it's hilarious. I totally just fell over there. Yeah. So I love it. I think it's hilarious. But I know that not everybody has the same humor. And I understand where there may be sensitivities. It is an 18 plus redeem. It is 10,000 points. I totally understand if it's not your thing. And I 100% don't want to offend or hurt anybody, but yeah. So I forgot I had this in my hand. Anyways, we're gonna slice some shortbread. I'm gonna hope that I don't. You're Stacey. It's very girthy. Look at that. It's a good handful. The season at Manhattan Theater Club. Who's afraid of blank? What to do with all? I am getting canceled. I'm officially getting canceled. Wow. That one was terrible. Thanks. Appreciate that. I didn't spit. I just choked and then kept going. Do you really want to get technical? I did swallow. I'm gonna bend these. Would have gotten away with it too if it had not been for 1,000 Slim Jim. We're stretching balls tomorrow. We will be stretching balls tomorrow. Because yes, that ends. The bar is here. Bonsai is doing the limbo. Right about now. All right. So. Oh God.
Emotional damage.
All right, that's enough emotional damage for everybody for today. Okay, so we are getting on to the white bean and sweet potato. So white beans, cannellini beans, or white kidney beans. You can find them pretty much anywhere now. So those have already been drained and rinsed. Is there an echo when I'm live? I just noticed a thing about the echo, so I'm curious as to whether that's happening now or whether it was just in the be right back. And yeah. Apologies if things are a little off sound-wise. We will work on those. So I need 175 grand for this. I shouldn't just put it all in there all at once. Oh, so I only need about half of this sweet potato. 2 more grand. That works. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up and save it. That'll be dinner for another day. It's doubling up. Oh, but hopefully not right now though, right? Sorry. I love having my mod / AV tech in the chat so that we can troubleshoot as we go. But yeah, this will be dinner for during the week, which is awesome. That out of the way. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to blend these together until they're a nice paste. And then we can put them in a bowl and mix in all the other good stuff. And again, you will be treated to the sonic stylings of our dear friend Homestar Runner while I put on that. Not now? Okay, good. As long as it's only when I'm not talking, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put on the hold music so that I can blend this all. I took all the kitties. How about some fava beans? And a nice Chianti. Alright, so let's do that.
It's the hold music. Hold music. It's the hold music. Hold music. It's the hold music.
Just a reminder to those watching. In
Hold
the event of
music.
something going horribly wrong, do not panic. It's just Gary and Trevor
It's
being
the
Gary and
hold
Trevor.
music. Hold music. It's the hold 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 music.
I love code. Code.
Hold music. It's the hold music. Hold music.
Perfect. All right. So I am happy with the consistency of that. Sorry, I had to scrape it down a couple times. So funny. Oh yeah. This is Weso. I don't know if you were here earlier when I once again said thank you for these amazing PSAs. You're a genius. You and Tackle, these are incredible. I cannot tell you how much I love them. Just gonna grab a bowl to do this in. Don't mind me over in the corner here. Well, you two executed it. Like, seriously, you could do that professionally. I would gladly listen to any PSA that you were giving. For sure. So our beans and our sweet potato have combined nicely here. I'm happy with that texture. It's not super wet, which is good. In fact, we might end up adding just a smidge of moisture, depending once we get the breadcrumbs and everything in. We'll see how that turns out, but I'm happy with... You were just the help. You were definitely the star of the show, for sure. Alright, so there we go. Get all the good stuff off the blades. Perfect. And that is that for this guy today, which is kind of nice. Slide it off to the side. Okay. Alright, so we've got that. Now we're going to add the breadcrumbs, ginger, garlic, green onion. There. We're going to use fresh ginger and grate some of that up. We've got, where is it here? Ginger seasoning, we've got a little bit of hot pepper. And this is just a ginger sesame seasoning blend that I get. And it's got onion, garlic, ginger, orange peel, black pepper, sesame seeds, sea salt, turbinado sugar, and licorice in it. But you can't taste the licorice. I'm not a licorice person, but you can't. Yeah, a radio guy say like I don't doubt that. You could definitely do if you know decide crunching numbers isn't your thing anymore. I definitely think you could get into radio, no problem. And we're just gonna peel the ginger. And I just peel my ginger with my spoon. It's so much easier than getting out the peeler. It's a little juicier, but that's okay. So much faster, too. Right. Okay. And we're just gonna grate about a teaspoon into our mix here. I'm just gonna use my handy dandy grater that I was saying I love so much earlier. The other thing about grating ginger in is you quite often, this grater will catch all those weird seeds for strings for you, so you don't end up with that in your burger. I'm gonna go a little extra heavy on it just because it tastes good. If you don't have fresh ginger, you could definitely use powdered ginger. Just use about half the amount that they're asking for in the powder. And that sort of is a rule of thumb for anything. If it asks for fresh and you don't have it, you can definitely use the dried version. Just use about half of what they're asking for. Crunching numbers is stressful. Actually has a degree rating. Wow, that's awesome. Bug Kitten. Oh, good to see you. Sorry, I missed that. It was grating ginger. No, we are making veggie burgers. And speaking of, we're actually going to head over to the stove because the first ones I made, which are a black bean version, are ready to be flipped. Grab our pot holder here. So we're going to take these out. Oh, they already look great. Oh, they smell amazing. So they're holding together quite nice. I'm just going to grab my flipper here. Just going to give them a turn. And there we go. And they're holding together beautifully. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so these guys are going to go back in for another 15 minutes just to finish heating through and sort of drying up. We don't want them like dry, but we do want them a little drier. They're still a little mushy right now. Cuckoo Mama, good to see you. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. So glad you're here. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. We are doing veggie burgers today. And if you're not already, please make sure you're following Cuckoo Mama. Great DJ, phenomenal jewelry designer. Make sure you follow her Instagram because her designs are so incredible, absolutely beautiful, and so original, and just an all-around awesome human. So yeah, definitely push that follow button and then go to her page, check out the links in the socials and everything, and definitely hit up her Instagram because you will not regret it. Okay. Oh, no thank you necessary. We love shouting out the people that join us because there are so many incredibly talented and just awesome humans around here. So I feel very lucky that you come and hang out with me. Yes, so those were our black bean burgers that I was just flipping. It's a sort of a Tex-Mex kind of feel. Black beans and panko, some eggs, spices, some onions, some jalapenos, some bell pepper, and now they're just sort of baking off just to be really tasty. And now we're doing a sweet potato and white bean version. So I've already nuked up my, oh, we love you. Mwah. Yeah, so this is mashed roasted sweet potato, which I didn't roast. I microwaved it. And so I only needed half. That's the other half. I'm going to eat that later. And then a can of white beans. So either cannellini or white kidney. I've seen those beans referred to by both those names. So whatever you have. I had white kidney in the cupboard, so that's what we're using. This is another really great way if you have stuff in your pantry, or if you don't have anything in the fridge, you don't feel like going shopping. This is kind of one of those things that you can pretty much throw together from whatever you've got hanging around. So definitely keep that in mind. So I have mashed those together in the food processor. I just grated in some fresh ginger. We are going to add some garlic powder, about half a teaspoon. It says cilantro in here, but if you've been around the channel long enough, you know that doesn't fly in my world. So there will be no cilantro. However, if you do like it and you are able to eat it, please feel free to add it. So about half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm gonna go with, I don't know why I brought the onion powder over. I'm getting the two burgers confused. And we are going to go with a whopping tablespoon of my ginger sesame seasoning because it's a beautiful assortment there. So I'll get that right. And then we're going to chop up some green onion. And we're going to add a little spice in there too. We're going to add some cayenne. Some hot red chili. Cuckoo Mama, I'm hoping. The black bean burger mix tasted amazing. So I am figuring if it tasted great then, it's going to taste even better. Oh, and we're making the buns too. So I figured I would do something to sort of give a nod to anybody that's, trying to do some eating healthier in the new year kind of resolutions, or I know we have a lot of vegetarian and vegan people around here, so I know I'm really meat heavy a lot of the time, so I'm trying to make sure that we get everybody in the party, because we like having everybody around. So I'm just gonna get those mixed through. Also gonna add some salt, and I'm going to use just regular table salt for this one. Couple pinches here. Go. Woo! Smell those. Oh, the spices are so good. And that ginger, like that fresh ginger, just makes such a difference. It just hits you as you stir it around here. And then all we have left to do is just add some breadcrumbs. And then we'll be ready to cook these off. So let me grab another spoon to taste. I'm curious if we need anything else. White beans and sweet potato. Yeah. It's white beans and sweet potato. So something different. Oh my goodness. I don't need to make that into burgers. I would sit there and eat a bowl of that happily right now like that. It is so good. Even without the panko and the green onion in there, I would literally just eat that. Like, that is delicious. Yeah, wow. Wow. Okay. I knew it was going to be pretty tasty.
This is cute.
I was not expecting it to be
inside
that
of me.
flippin' tasty. Oh, thank you. Okay, so we need to get some green onions chopped here. Not too many. And we're just going to put in the white parts. So I rinsed these off earlier. Turn them, so I'm going to use about 3. I'm going to use 3 also. These are the nicest looking green onions I've seen in a long time at my local store. Usually I have to travel out of my neighborhood to find anything that looks this good. Okay. And I will keep the greens and use them for garnish on something else at a later date. New samosa filling idea. Ooh, Cryptid! That's a heck of an idea. Cat, good to see you! Happy Sunday! Hope you're having a great weekend. If you're local, I'm sure you're probably enjoying the weather with us. You know that there are a fair few Edmontonians here, so I'm going to save these guys for garnish later. And just going to use... So you add some panko. These are just going to add a nice little, nice little extra crunch in there. Chasing around the counter. Now, if you want, you could add the greens. I just find that they get a little wilty, so they're almost better being used as like a garnish once you finish cooking them. Now these we are going to pan fry. This. And I think somebody just joined my Discord, so welcome, Kukumana. If you just joined my Discord, that's awesome. Oh, I know, the sunrises and the sunsets have been so pretty. Yesterday's sunrise was absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, I face west, so I couldn't see it, but I could see the reflection on the clouds. And it was like this beautiful pinky purple color. Oh, so nice. And we need, it says 90 grams of panko, so we're just going to weigh that out while we're here. I'm just happy that it's light past 4:30 now. It's kind of nice. I think 90 grams is a bit aggressive. We're gonna go... I'm gonna start with... Okay, well that's about a cup. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. To get those mixed up, I think we can grab our burgers out of this oven. Those are perfect. Oh, I'm so happy. They're still really tender on the sides, which is exactly what I wanted. They've got that beautiful crust on them. I am so happy with those. Check those out. Check it out, 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 check it out. I'm going to leave these to cool. And try not to slide them right off the board there, but I am so happy with those. Those look amazing. They smell incredible. Now we can get back to our... really... Oh yeah,
great job.
For sure. For sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm excited about them. They look amazing. It smells so good in here right now. But like I said, I could literally just eat this by the spoonful prior to putting in the panko and stuff, so I can only imagine they're going to get better. Water. So, there's like a random puddle on my countertop there, and I'm like, is that oil or water? And I'm really hoping it's water, and it is. Okay, so we're just going to get the panko and green onion through here. And yeah, okay, I thought that was aggressive on the panko, but I was incorrect. It seems to be just right. Oh, it smells so good. Best part about these, we're going to be frying them in sesame oil, which will add to that beautiful sort of Asian flair flavor-wise. Damien, good to see you. Welcome in. I've already made black bean veggie burgers, which have finished cooking. Actually, I think I made monster burgers. So those are done and hanging out over there. Right now we are making sweet potato, white bean, ginger, green onion, Asian flavored deliciousness here. And we're actually going to fry these in a pan. And I think, speaking of, I'll let this sit for a couple minutes. It's well combined. I'm happy with that. Let's... Jedi! Yes! They did! Check these out. All in one piece. So I am happy with those. Happy, happy, happy. Move some stuff so I can actually move them right off the stove here. And just going to double check what temperature my oven needs to be at, because we need to cook our buns. They need to be 400. Perfect. Thank you, Jedi. Yeah, no, I believe me, I was getting a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oof. After hearing that, I'm like, ugh. If I dare, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. I'll give the good old college try for that one. So far, so good. They're nice and hefty. They stay together beautifully, but they still got some bounce, so I know they're not completely dry on the inside, which is also a good thing. Preheated my oven to 400. I'm going to bring back our beautiful buns that we've had sitting off to the side. They've risen quite nicely here. I'm happy with those. So let's grab the other tray. It'll only take a couple minutes for my oven. Canada, 100%. You send me a P.O. box, I will send you back. Yeah, I knew this one was going to be weird ass. But, oh, I forgot to change the camera. There we go. Yeah, so we made buns, and these have risen quite nicely. And they will puff up a little bit more in the oven. I'm very happy with those. I knew this one was going to be a weirdo. That's okay. He's for taste. He's not for looks. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab that vegan butter that I was talking about earlier. And there are a number of different brands that you can use. I personally like Earth Balance. I think it behaves the most similarly to butter. And don't be fooled. Vegan butter is not good for you. Like, don't think it's a healthier alternative. It's not. It's literally just oil products. So, and it comes in stick form. It also comes in a tub, so you can use it spreadable. But yeah, so I'm just going to melt some of this, and I can use that to brush over the tops of my buns. That's going to help the sesame seeds that I'm going to put on stick. So let's do that. Let's not cut it with the knife that you just cut green onions with. But yeah, I've used this for baking quite often, and it's actually just gonna it actually behaves. I haven't done puff pastry with it yet. I will do that sort of qualification on it. I have not done puff pastry with it yet. I'm actually thinking of trying it. Yeah, Jedi, exactly. And it's, to be fair, butter is better for you. But, you know, if butter is something that you want to mix out of your diet for whatever reason, and margarine is what you do, that's totally fine. I get it. But, yeah, butter is actually better for you and has less calories. We're just going to melt that up. I am going to grab some toasted black sesame because they're delicious. And we're going to sprinkle those over top. You can definitely leave these plain if you want. Moju, agave, maple syrup. Thick and cool core syrup. You know what? I was reading about the syrups, and I do have agave syrup. I'm just not, to be fair, I'm not a fan of the flavor. I use honey for vegetarian. Obviously not vegan, you can't have the honey, but I use maple syrup a lot. And agave has this weird sort of aftertaste. Maybe it's just the brand I was using. But I figured since I have this vegan butter, I may as well use it. Let's give it a stir here. If you are not using something like this, if you want to, can add a little bit of sugar to whatever you do choose. That's just going to help with that nice brown color. What do? Just brush this. And like I said, you can use, other than the alternatives that Jamoju just gave, which are awesome, you can also use a vegan milk alternative, soy milk, rice milk, oat milk. If you're not allergic, you can use cashew or almond. You will get the same results. This is just going to give it that really pretty shiny finish. And if you're not vegan and you're just making these because they sounded good, you can definitely use an egg wash. Just one egg beaten with a little bit of water to thin it out. Oh, whoops, these are not the right pants for eating. Free ice cream. Yes, these are not the right pants for free ice cream. Nope. Oh, that is probably, you know what? 100% that is now the best Cards Against Humanity answer and question or statement and follow-up ever. Because that is 100% true.
Stand with your feet together, buttocks tight, stomach pulled in, and arms straight out to the side, shoulder height.
I don't have
Now
ice
flex
cream
your
pants
hands
on.
upward,
She thinks
press
I
the
have
heels of your
squatting
hand out
pants
to the
on.
opposite walls, and circle forward 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back. 2,
I don't want to get butter all over
five,
or
six, seven,
butter.
8, and back.
Go butter, I suppose.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Here's
6,
sauce off.
7,
Yes.
8, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes.
6, 7, 8, and back.
Yeah, no, I've actually got quite the collection of various thickeners depending on. Because like I said, I used to have a vegan coworker, so I was sort of dabbling in various alternatives for things. So people think I would feel very, very sorry for anyone with a corn allergy, because that would make me very sad. Although, like I was mentioning a couple streams ago, I can't do processed corn. Like I can't eat Doritos or hard taco shells or
I love corn.
corn tortillas any
Corn.
longer. And I love corn, but I can eat corn. I can still eat corn, so that's good. And that would actually be a nice addition to the black bean burgers too. If you wanted, you could actually use corn as another additive in there if you wanted to get away from the pepper and jalapenos and stuff like that, you could definitely go with some corn. Actually, there's a really cool mix. Del Monte actually makes a Southwest corn mix now. Really tasty. It has like the red pepper and
Banzai.
this-
Hey, Banzai.
things.
It's New Sauce. Chad has asked me to tell you can't see what you're doing. Wrong camera.
Alright. These are lovely and slathered. That. And let's just get some sesame sprinkled on these. I'm using toasted black. You could definitely use white sesame. You could use nothing at all.
Just a reminder to those watching, in the event of something going horribly wrong.
I think Gary and
do not
Trevor are
panic.
responsible
It's
for
just
this
Gary
guy
and
over
Trevor
here.
being Gary and Trevor.
A couple of these guys have just started to bust out all over the place. That's okay. The hero buns over here will do just nicely. And I like the toasted black. They've got a really deep, roasty, toasty flavor, which is so yum. But that's alright. We're good. We're good. Okay, and these are going to go into the oven at 400 for about 15 minutes. Head out there. Good night. Oh, Jamoji, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you stopping by. Have a fantastic sleep. Have a great week ahead if I don't see you in the next few days. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. We love you very much, and we will see you again soon. Have a good sleep. Alright. Let's get our buns moving into the oven. So, perfect. My oven is right at 400. I'll let those go. I'm walking over to here, and I'm going to start a timer. And it's actually started. Yeah, bye. Take care. You have started scoring. Oh, Canada. Good to see. Good to know. Good to know. It's funny. Potato starch is really hard to find here. I have looked for it so many places and cannot find it. I have tapioca. I have rice flour. I have arrowroot. Yeah, so those are baking off. I'm going to grab my skillet because we need to start making some of these sweet potato white bean. Normally I would do them in a cast iron. To be fair, I just don't feel like digging that far into my cupboard to get the pan. But if you really wanted that charry flavor, you could do that. It's also because I've never made these before. I'm not quite sure how they'll react, how sticky they're going to be, so we're going to play it safe, go with a non-stick pan, and cross our fingers. Because that's how we roll. Just give this a quick wipe down. I swear to God, I feel like I'm dancing sometimes as I look for things. Okay. Got potato starch at Asian markets. I've looked so many times. I don't know if maybe they're sold out, or I just haven't gone to enough of them. But yeah, it's still on the list. I have a number of things that I'm looking for. Oh, Julie, thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate that. During the Be Right Back, I also went and grabbed my coffee. I brewed myself a brand new pot of coffee and left it in the living room. So much better. Thank you. Okay. This also said it wants toasted sesame oil. I'm just gonna grab that. You know, why have it handy? Poor starch support. It's funny because the Asian markets that I usually go to are actually pretty well stocked. Get that heating up here. And while that is warming up, I will grab our friend the mix. And just move some stuff out of the way here. Maybe vegan, vegetarian by now have to. Oh, really? Well, it's fascinating. My brother actually just recently, probably the last couple of years, developed a soy sensitivity, and I did not realize how many things have soy in them. I don't think he did either, to be fair. So yeah, like, it's amazing reading all the ingredients on things, and you're like, oh, there's soy in here? Would never have known. But because it's used as an emulsifier and a stabilizer in a lot of things, if you do find yourself having reactions to things, it might not necessarily be gluten that you're having the problem with. Yo soy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more like no soy. Yeah, no, if you're finding that you're having issues when you eat and it doesn't seem to be the gluten, try the soy angle, because like I said, I was not surprised. Yeah, hot sauces, a lot of things, because they're used as emulsifiers, have the soy in them. The soy lecithin. Say that 5 times fast. Okay. So we are going to get these into patty shapes. How many we can get here? I'll get probably about 4 right here, I would think. Soylent Green is made of people. Exactly. Yeah, so people probably won't bother your sensitivities, but hot sauce will. So you can't make your people taste good. Just putting it out there. Lauren Green specifically. Okay, so pretty hot there. Okay. Oh, starting to get a good sizzle there. Oh, I'm liking that sound. And basically we just want to cook these until they're heated through and have a nice crust on them. Ooh, that's good sizzle. Might get 5 out of here. Would vegans be vegan Soylent Green? They'd be soy free for sure. Okay. This is another thing, is that these are actually, when you're not talking and, you know, getting distracted, these are actually really quick to make, so you could definitely do this in a half hour or whatever on a weeknight if you are in a rush for something. You could also definitely, again, make these and freeze them. Do the flash freeze on a pan flat in your freezer. Once they've frozen, then you can put them in a non-stick. I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Talking is obviously losing the battle. You can put them in a airtight container or a Ziploc bag, and then you can just take them out as needed and nuke them when you're hungry. And yeah, like, and it's so full of flavor that you definitely will not miss the meat. That is for sure. Just gonna get the last guy in here. And we're gonna let those sizzle away. Move this out of the way. And while we are waiting for those to cook off, we're going to... Words are hard. No kidding. Texas, to be fair, I think they're radically different. I'm not sure which ones I'm gonna like better. I think I like them both for different reasons. I love both the different flavor profiles, but I think it was really smart to go with the sort of Asian kind of flavor on these and the more Tex-Mex, because the black beans, they're deeper, they need more seasoning to sort of overcome that sort of earthiness that they have. And these, because they're lighter, they're the white beans, and the sweet potato are doing really, really well with the light flavors of the ginger and all of those other things in there. So they do have different skateboarding styles. It's radically. Nightwalker, good morning. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a lovely sleep and you headed into your week, ready to go. We're just cooking up some veggie burgers here that I've made. I'm just gonna take a peek at the bottom here. Not with my hands. Let's try a flipper. So I've made some black bean ones, and these are some white bean and sweet potato. And we're just gonna get a nice crust on those. While those are cooking away, I am going to actually get onto one of our condiments that we were talking about. We are going to make some vegan mayonnaise. Because everything today has been vegetarian or vegan, I thought it would only be fit. Ever tried red kidney beans? No, I have not, but I'm thinking I would definitely give those a try. I actually have this really cool medley. It's a 6-bean medley that I actually usually just open up the can, drain it, and put it in my salads. And I think it would actually be really interesting because it's got black-eyed peas and red kidney, white kidney, chickpeas, black beans, and something else. There's 6 beans, I can only remember 5, but it's really delicious on its own, so I can imagine it would probably do a really good taste. A really good one. To be fair, the film Rad revolved around the street. Scott, yes, me too. Black bean hummus, ooh. Yes, I can imagine. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take a peek here. Oh, you can see we're getting a nice crust on these. Plus the oil is doing its job. Don't want to use too much. If you do find your pan is a little dry, which I am, you can add a little bit more oil or butter. I have a little bit extra of that butter, so I'm going to just, the vegan butter, I'm just going to put a little bit in there, spread it around. Get under these guys here. So all we're doing is trying to get a crust. Butter beans. I've never had butter beans. Radical feed it to Mikey, see if he likes it. Mikey likes it! Oh goodness. I'm aging myself right there, I know. Totally aging myself. Okay, so we have these guys cooking away. I'm going to add just a smidge more of that butter because, you know, it needs to be used, so why not? Really good crust on these. Kind of like butter basting steaks. And they actually kind of look like salmon patties, to be honest. Like, they've got that sort of pinky color from the sweet potato. Okay. Alright. So, as I was saying, we are going to get back to the last couple things we need to do before we put everything together. One of those is thank you. They actually, you know, now that I've said that, Scott, I'm kind of smelling salmon cakes, which is odd. Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Oh, what do I need? I need my blender bottle. Sorry, buddy. Move you. Again, not a sanctioned use of a blender bottle, and I'm sure they would not be happy to know that once again I'm using their blender bottle to make mayonnaise, but it is what it is. Okay. Just gonna watch over here. And let's give those a little bit of a twist and turn. And yeah, so grumble cakes. Yeah. So anyways, I figured I would try my hand at a vegan mayonnaise because I have the aquafaba that I saved from the other day when I made the chana masala. I was going to use it to try and make meringues, but this is another good, excellent use for it. And because we're having burgers, we need condiments, right? So I am just going to go check on my buns because I've got about 2.5 minutes left before I start getting into this. I know this mayonnaise will get made. Matter of when. Okay, those are looking pretty good. I'm going to switch them around. But you can see they're starting to get some nice color there. That guy looks like a mushroom. These guys look just... That's okay. I am happy with these. I'm going to just flip them around, move the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top, just so everybody's even. And I'm gonna give those another 4 or 5 minutes. They're not quite ready. Okay. Oh god. I looked at the screen, I thought that fire was on my stream. I'm like, what's on fire? Okay. It's back over here. We're gonna grab the liquor. And see how our cakes are. Oh, that looks so good on the bottom there. How are we doing here? Whoops. That did not work. There we go. Okay, so this guy needs a little more time. Now you could probably bake these as well, and you could definitely do these on the barbecue. Oh, that looks so good. Just gonna turn. Oh, yum. Yum! Smell amazing. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a couple more minutes. Should be good. Then we can just let those rest. Once the buns are done, we'll be ready to assemble. Kind of like the Thundercats. Salsa? Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I'm doing a couple different things. On these, I'm gonna dress with some avocado and some kimchi, some vegan kimchi that I have, which is made with a non-fish based kimchi paste. But let's do this. We are going to use 4 tablespoons? This is very interesting. Yeah, 1/4 cup of the aquafaba. I'm just gonna give it a stir because it's been sitting for a few days in the fridge. We want to have the mango salsa. Oh, I have that mango chutney. I think that would be tasty too. Just keep my camera away from it. We should be good. Alright, so I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of the aquafaba. And that's, like I said, just the reserved liquid from chickpeas, canned chickpeas. And to that, we need some vinegar. You can use regular white vinegar if you like. I'm going to use white wine vinegar. The pasta is amazing. Oh, thank you. Avocado would be good.
Banzai. Hey, Banzai.
Did you see my
It's
friend
Doom
hanging
sauce.
out in the corner?
Chad has asked me to tell you.
I do.
You
I'm
can't
getting
see
there.
what you're doing.
Underground, I'm getting there.
Wrong
Thanks.
camera.
Chutney. Yeah. No, we're gonna keep the chutney away from my camera. I do need some lemon juice and some mustard. I'm using Dijon. You could also use mustard powder if you don't have Dijon or you don't like Dijon. That's entirely up to you. And then we need about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just gonna check my burgers here. Yep. We are beautifully browned. Okay, I'm happy with those. I will just burn my finger. I will move these so I can show you these. Look at those. I am so happy. A beautiful crust on them. That's all you want. Let's grab a plate to put those on, and they can just set aside while we finish off. And we will be able to put everything
Yum!
together. Thank you. I am pretty excited. I just want to get them off the heat. That's why I'm taking them out of the pan. I don't want their butts to continue cooking too much. We don't want them to burn.
Nice.
Slide this way. Perfect. They can go. Woo! They're hot. They can go hang out with the other guys on the stove. Over here. They're just off the stove. And we'll be ready to go in just a few minutes. Got about 2 minutes left on those buns. I'm gonna move this out of the way because we don't need it anymore. We will make mayonnaise today eventually. Reminds me exactly. Oh god, Disciple, 100%. I made salmon cakes exactly once, and it was because I picked. There was a sale on salmon at Costco, the Kansas salmon, you know, the Power of 4 or whatever they sell. I didn't read closely enough. I spent over an hour, bent over my sink, picking out all of the bones. And that was the worst. Hi, Ravenclaw, good to see you. Welcome in. Sorry. Oh, no. Ravenclaw, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I hope you're recovering. That flu is a jerk. Like, so many people have had it, and it is not any fun. Yes, please, make sure you give I'm Ravenclaw a follow. And so glad you're here. I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well, though. And you have just caught us at the time where we're about to go check our buns, because I've been trying to make vegan mayonnaise for a few minutes, but we're going to check on my buns, because they should be ready to come out of the oven. Salmonella is bad. Oh, Juliet, yeah. I cannot believe how many people have gotten it, and even more, it's how bad it's been. Honestly, I think it's because so many of us haven't been sick for like 3 years. As between, being at home and then, not being around people a lot. Oh, I'm happy with those. Look at those. Yeah, they're a little misshapen. This guy is totally weird. That's okay. I am very happy with those. Let's just give them a tap on the bottom. Make sure they are cooked through. Oh, yeah. That nice hollow sound. Perfect. Yeah, they're not round. I'll be okay with that. We'll be okay with that. They're going to be tasty. They're going to have delicious burgers. They're going to have beautiful toppings. So let's get this.
Great job.
Oh, thank you. They're cute. They're cute shaped. Thank you. I'm particularly partial to this guy right here. I'm liking this guy right here. This guy's the hero. He's going to be the star today. I think this guy might actually be okay too. Shape. Actually, this one's not too bad. This guy, yeah. We're just going to. Yeah, we're just going to. That's it. We're just going to. And the pigtailed one is wild turkey better than farm. I guess it depends on where. Wild turkey would bourbon. Farm bourbon. Yeah, no. I think it depends on how it's raised. Wild turkey also, don't confuse wild turkey with pasture raised, so they're allowed free range. That's what the words I was looking for. Because wild turkeys are literally just running around, and if you catch one, you can have it. Free range are allowed to eat a specific kind of food because they can eat whatever they're walking on, but they're also monitored and cared for in a specific way. So, yeah, if I had to choose, I would definitely go for the farmed, as long as it's done humanely. And there's plenty of humane farms out there. You can look it up online. There's tons of info about it. So, shotgun pellet, yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have our quarter cup of aquafaba in there. We need a tablespoon of vinegar. You can use red or white wine. You can use apple cider. Or in a pinch, if you do not have it, you can use just plain white vinegar. I will not judge whatever goes into your mayo. I will, however, judge myself for not being able to find my measuring spoons. There we go. So, a tablespoon of that. And then we need about half a teaspoon of salt. And not sugar. We're going to go with the fine sea salt here. And you can add more or less to your liking. I'm using the full half teaspoon. If you wanted to, you could definitely reduce that to a quarter. Entirely up to you. We need about 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon, or you can use dry mustard if you prefer. So this is going to help with the emulsification. If you don't like Dijon, you can definitely skip this and use the mustard powder. But you do need something for the emulsifiers in there. We're going to go with about that. I love Dijon. And then we need some lemon juice. And this guy I'm not going to bother zesting first. His zest is past its prime, but his juice is still worthwhile. Lettuce is really good. Oh. Mustard's shorter sooner. Oh. That's not fun. I'm not happy to hear that. Okay, so we need about a teaspoon. Jesus. This will allow me to get my bits out too. We're just gonna break out the immersion blender and hopefully it all comes together. Like I said, this is the first time I've been using aquafaba, so we are going to experiment and hopefully make some magic live. Alan Thicke is a Canadian bar. A dear, oh, Disciple, no! Oh. Old days of England, pigs were allowed to wander around to consider charity to feed them their slaughtered before. Ah, okay. Oh, they often ate babies. Oh. That went dark quickly. I had no idea. Yeah, oh, Disciple, I'm hoping you haven't hunted too many with your car. Because that is usually not a good end for the car or the passenger. Okay, so teaspoon of lemon juice, and then we need a cup of oil. Like I said, this is vegan, it's not healthy. So you can use any kind of neutral oil you like. I'm going to go with canola. Again, you could use grapeseed. You could use vegetable. Whatever you prefer. Something that doesn't have a strong flavor to it. So I wouldn't recommend a corn oil. Or in this case, if you like the taste of avocado, you could probably use avocado oil, but avocado oil is so expensive. I would highly recommend not doing this with that, unless you're planning on eating all of this mayonnaise all at once. So, we have got the everything in here, and get the immersion blender going. Now you could do this in a food processor. I wouldn't. They said they didn't have any luck with it in a blender. I think I might have an okay time because I have a small kind of smoothie blender. It's a bit expensive too. Yeah, exactly. Bit dry, but tasty. Oh, geez. Oh, Disciple. Wow. Buffalo's excellent. A nearby restaurant also has a buffalo hunt. That's really good. Yeah, we have bison out here, and we actually have a couple vendors at our farmers market that do the bison farming, and I have not. I think I might have had a burger once, but I haven't actually had like a steak or anything. So, okay, let's cross our fingers and hope we get some. No, we all don't. Okay, so we're starting to get some combination of blending here, and now we are going to very slowly add our oil. I'm just pouring it so it goes down the side of the jar. Oh, it's starting to come together, I'm thinking. Getting some mayo-ish texture. The blender bottle people are gonna hate me. All I do in their blender bottle is make mayonnaise. Oops, there we go, lost my thumb. Sorry guys. Immersion blender, yes. Ooh, mushroom things, slap chopper. Oh, mayo stir. Oh god, we have mayo chup and we have sriracha mayo. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna put the rest of the oil in here and then I'm gonna finish blending. Yeah, we have all sorts of. We have wasabi with mayo. We have sriracha with mayo. We have mayo chup. Yeah, Heinz just sort of jumped the shark with all of them. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of blown away. I'm think this actually worked. Okay. Oh my goodness. Mayo duster days. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. Many times those. Oh, tactical. That's being fixed. Never you fret. We will fix that for you because that is a crime. Check out that texture. Come on. Okay, I was not expecting. Well, okay, I've seen it on TV, but just because things work on TV doesn't mean they're actually real life. Yeah. Check out this texture. Like that is straight up mayo. And once it is cold, it will be even thicker. So, yeah. Score! We can officially make mayo with aquafaba. Now I'm really excited to try make meringue. Because I've sort of been hesitant. Like I've seen it done, and I've seen it with varying degrees of success. So I've been sort of holding off. But with that, come on. I'm in. I am in. Let's go. Let's get that into a... How's it taste? We're gonna check that in just a second. Yeah, like this is incredible. This spatula is not big enough or long enough. And I ran into that problem the last time too, I'm sure. Okay, so yeah, like that is a thing of beauty. It's a little less white than normal mayo. That's because the aquafaba is yellowish. But you know what? I don't care if my mayo is bright white or not. It tastes good. I'm about to all out of this blender bottle. So yeah, I highly recommend using your blender bottle if you don't have the cup that your immersion blender came with to do this, which is exactly what happened with me. Okay, and it's definitely got that same mayonnaise smell. Like you can smell the vinegar, you can smell the mustard. So, and this will last for probably, I would say, about at least a month in your fridge if it's in a well-sealed container. Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm lost for words. I'm speechless. It looks like magical mayonnaise. It is. You know what? It is pretty much magical. And if it tastes anywhere as good as it looks, we're in business.
Nice.
You should find a spoon. Okay, moment of truth. To be fair, I'll give you guys a full face shot with this, because... Okay, and yes, it is mayonnaise, and yes, I'm eating it off a spoon, but I want a good taste. And... That's actually good. Wow. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Slightly texturally, it's a little different. It didn't whip up quite as light and fluffy as an egg would, but it's darn close. And you'd never know that it was water and chickpeas by any stretch. Like, delicious. It's definitely worth making if you want something vegan for the mayonnaise. Okay. This has been super fun. I am starving. So, I was going to make ketchup. Do we want to make ketchup? Or do we want to make burgers? Thank you for the... I'm a wizard. Yeah, no, you know what? That was a win on so many levels. Because I can make ketchup. I was going to make ketchup, but if we want to just dive right into the burgers... Okay, that's what I figured. Burgers. We can definitely get there. Make burgers. Done. Sounds like a plan. Let me grab the burgers themselves. Again, I'll let you all see them. So we have our beautiful sweet potato and white bean. And we have our black bean. These are sort of Asian inspired. They got the ginger, the sesame, and then these are Tex-Mex. They've got the chili powders and the cumin and the coriander. And black bean. Yeah, so I'm excited for those. Let me grab a couple of our buns. I'm gonna bring the computer tray. Oh, they're both cute, but you know, this guy's gonna live here. This guy's gonna live here.
Wow.
And sesame seeds are flying all over the place. Next time I think I might use something else to stick them on, but there are our buns. And sesame seeds are going everywhere, so that's okay. I like the bottoms of them. That's why I like using the... Hey Reddit, I'm blank. Ask me anything. Oh dear. The Reddit secondary markup of cards... The Ridic secondary markup of Cards Against Humanity cards. Yeah, I'd like to ask you a lot of things, Cards Against Humanity. A lot of things. Okay, so I am going to use this one here and this one here. We're going to save Mushroom Boy for later because I just think he's adorable. And we're going to grab a few things to add to the party. A plate would be good first. Let's grab this here. Move this tray back out of the way. Ooh, that's a little toasty. A little toasty. And let's grab right here. This guy. Alright. Oh. Excited for texture. Oh, check out the texture of those. Nice and light and fluffy. Perfectly. Oh, nothing is better than the smell of fresh bread. Okay, so for our black bean ones, well, I'm gonna put this mayonnaise on both of them because why not? I've made it. I'll use it. I quite enjoy mustard. Add a little bit of Dijon to both of them. Oh, Disciple, thank you. I used to have a really dark countertop, and I don't know whether I hated it more than this one, but it's because you could see everything dirty. I'll add a little bit of Dijon here. That's just personal preference. These are all my way of dressing every burger. From here is where we get all the interesting stuff. Triple patty was a dragon burger. Oh. Okay, so for our Asian burger, which I'm going to slide on this one here, and our black bean burger, which will slide on this guy here. Now we get to the fun stuff. The veg of the day. I'm going to put some spinach, get some kimchi, I'm gonna get some green onions happening, I think. What else do I want? Cucumber, I think I want some cucumber. Avocado, for sure. Let's just get all of the things. Veginator is Bacon-ator. Oh, just like 100%. I would love that. That'd be me. I've actually seen that. What was it? Somewhere. I don't know whether it was like Food Network or just some random home and garden television show, but they literally have like a roll of butcher paper at the end of their counter. And Suki, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in.
And welcome
Happy
to
Sunday.
my home.
I appreciate you being here. I'm Bonsai Merlin, a food and drink streamer from Western Canada, and we are just about to get everything put together. We made some veggie burgers today. Chutney. Thank you, Texas. I will get that. Suki reminds me of... Yeah. Oh, God. I haven't watched that in forever. Okay, I'm just gonna disappear into the fridge. I do have bacon jam that I could put on things. I'm not going to, but I could. I'm gonna get pickled onions for my black bean one. I do have... Where is it? Oh, there's the kimchi.
This is a reminder for Bonsai
Vegan
Merlin.
kimchi.
Please take a picture of your work before